All right, today's video, super simple, just kind of more for easy watching. I'm going to sort through my scraps. I have this scrap bin bag, which like sits next to my desk behind my little cart for ironing. And then I also have, maybe you can see, I'm sure you can, this mountain behind me. So I have this like low flat basket that I keep next to my cutting table. And that one, here's some singing. That one is where I throw my scraps while I'm cutting, and that has really grown out of control. And then I also have this other, these are my trash scraps. So this is a little trash can. It also needs to be taken care of. But these are my cutoffs that are not usable for anything at all. And these I like to make little fire starters with. If you know someone who has a wood burning fireplace or camps a lot, these are great for that. So you take an egg carton, you take these little string scraps and put a little bit in each compartment of the egg carton, and then pour some wax on top of them. The wax helps it burn a little bit longer. I guess, old candles, whatever. So that's what these, I just need to dump this in a collection area. All right, and now I will attempt to bring over the mountain. Oh my gosh. Okay, you can kind of see my beautiful basket underneath there, which I got when we were in Japan. So this mountain really needs to be sorted. Oh my gosh. It's crazy. And I will usually pull like this. I'm not sure how this got in here. This is almost a full fat quarter. That must have been someone else. I'll blame my kids. I will pull my seasonal fabric and put those with their like season. So I know that this is a Halloween fabric. So I'm pulling that already. And then if I have big pieces, I will usually put those in a certain pile. Big pieces like this. And then that's a huge piece. I know I had used this for a backing for something. I know I have a bunch of big pieces of this. So this, compared to the other pieces I still have, is like technically a scrap. Anyway, today what I'm looking for really are pieces of fabric that are going to fit this template. So this is from Jess on Oklaroots. She has a fabulous YouTube channel, and she made up this pattern for making a coffee sleeve. Hi, honey. So I'm looking, I just got this, thought it'd be a fun scrap buster. Kids are not, back at school yet, so I'm not getting a lot of sewing done, but I do have the itch to sew. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to sort through my scraps and see what pieces I can find that will work for this. And then I need a smaller piece of fusible fleece for each one. That's where your dash lines are. She's got a great tutorial on it. She's also very passionate, so her energy is pretty contagious. So I'm going to go through my scraps. I'll put my video on high speed if you are interested in just kind of perusing and seeing what fabrics I have in my collection. And that's it. I mean, I like having somewhere quick I can throw my scraps. This I will eventually go through and color code and put in Ziploc bags. I have Ziploc bags for each color I use. Red and yellow are kind of merged into one. I don't use those as much. But today I'm just looking for big pieces. So I'll probably toss the little ones back on the pile and separate out the big pieces so that I can make some fun little coffee sleeves. All right. All right, here's my view. At this point, I may have some regrets. I started out putting these with like small squares for improv piecing, strips, big pieces, and then the two kind of blurred, and then these I was putting bigger ones here, funky shaped ones, but then I got some improv pieces there, and then this I just had lost a lot of motivation at this point. My view where I'm looking. And so I just dug through this bag and looked for any big pieces I could find. Here they are. So I'm going to cut these down. Now this piece I pulled out because I have an idea. I want to do some like raw edge applique with this, or some Wonder Under. So I pulled that out because that would be cute. All right, now I need to pause and put this away. Okay, so at this point I have sorted all my scraps. I have put a lot of them back in my scrap bag. And what I did was, last night while watching TV, I trimmed the fusible interfacing pieces, which you get by tracing through this like dashed line. If you wanted a separate template, she does sell them. So I made a bunch of those, and I have all of my pieces that I loosely cut. I also paired up ones that I thought would be a good match. So I'll trim these down, which I've done with some of them already. And I fused interfacing on the back. I like to work in sets. So I took about 8 pairs and prepped them. So I've got about 8 ready to go. I did one test yesterday and it turned out great. I'm not going to do the whole tutorial. It's just really, I'm just showing you another great scrap buster. Jess, her YouTube channel is Oklaroots. She has a tutorial on this, very simple, and she also shows you lots of examples. All right, I'm back. Had a great weekend. Where we left off, I had basically my big stack of scraps that I loosely cut to the size of this template. And then over the weekend, I was just kind of pairing up my colors and stitched a bunch together. So I have like maybe 4 more that are still ready to be stitched, but I'm gonna show you the ones that are finished. You can decide, be the judge of if you would like enjoy this project or think people would enjoy the item. Koozie? It's not a koozie. What does she call it? Continuous coffee sleeve. So I thought it was fun. It was a quick, easy project, and with my kids being home for summer, it was, you know, something really easy, mindless, not a lot of preps. That was great. Now, I did grab some coffee cups. So this is Starbucks, this small Wawa, and then like a medium. I think Wawa has 4 sizes. This is 16 ounce, this is 12 ounce, and then this, I don't know, Starbucks size names are funny. So this was the first one I did, the prototype, and the pattern, she does say that you can make it reversible and show both, you know, whichever side you feel like. I noticed that I had a little more slack, or maybe it's just the way the feed dogs pull my fabric through, that like it's noticeable that this is not meant to be the outside, the way that it was stitched. And this does not have the fusible on it, the yellow fabric. So I would say when you're making these, if you choose to, plan for your accent fabric to be on the outside. Definitely intentionally plan for what's going to be the outside. Fuse your interfacing on it, and then your accent for the inside. So here you go. Here's the ones I made. I've got this donut one. And these are all scraps, so I just kind of paired them together. Now I did have fun with my Wonder Under, and I had said this in a different video. I bought the Ruby Star Society this case has all my fabric that's already been fused with Wonder Under. So I bought this fabric and it's all these little like fussy cut squares. So I fused the Wonder Under on them and have cut them out and put them on as like a little tag, a little, you know, designer label. So I thought that was fun. That I thought was a great use for those. I'm not a big fussy cut quilter, so you'll see a bunch more I did that with. So put this one on, definitely more of a masculine one. This one, the cute little tiger. It is fun, they do stack in a fun way. So my daughter was really into playing with them and making a little tower. I love this Tim Holtz fabric, and that's super fitting for, like, you know, someone who loves their local coffee shop, maybe more of, you know, hippie style. These sweet little birds with the gingham on the inside. Another colorway of that Tim Holtz fabric. This one I did the red. Now with a fabric like this that is a perfect grid and it's very linear, you are gonna notice like that this is curved, and when you put the fabric on it, like your grid is never going to follow the curves of the shape. So I just tried to center it and have my horizontal line go right with here. One more, I added a little, I was gonna say sticker, feels like a sticker. And then this last one with the cute friends. So that one you can also tell that they're kind of skewed where the curve is of the template. All right, now the thing with the cups. Personally, I don't like it on the 12 ounce. It's right at the bottom. It will not go further up. Also, you wouldn't want to have to like push it really hard when your coffee is in there. I would say it's best to put your coffee sleeve on first and then fill your cup, if you can do that. Depends where you go. If we look at the 16 ounce Wawa cup, again, I want it to not fall off, so I'm like, want it nice and tight on there. So that's pretty good. That's much more natural. Like that's where I would hold my cup. And then the Starbucks, very good. Again, naturally where I'm gonna hold my cup. So I think they're fun. I am always looking for something small and fast that I can have on hand for like teacher gifts or something spontaneous, like, you know, a neighbor is helpful with something. I don't know. It's just nice to have something small. And really, if you wanted to, you know, I say teacher gift, this would be great. You put they'll give you an empty cup. Get an empty cup from Starbucks or wherever. Put your custom sleeve on for them, and then buy a gift card. $5 is a cup of coffee. Like, you know, put the gift card in the cup, wrap a little bow on it. There you go. That's a great gift. Very easy, something simple. It's gonna brighten someone's day. So I haven't decided if I love it or I don't hate. I mean, this was a fun, easy project. Am I gonna go and try and sell these at a market? I don't think so. Would I use this? I don't think so. I'm not like a coffee, I don't drink coffee, I drink tea. So really, if I was gonna use this, I should keep a couple in my car. I do love the idea of like matching it with the season, doing like Christmas one, Halloween, Valentine's. That's really fun. And if you know someone in your life who is all about, you know, decorating for the seasons and they have like their seasonal wardrobe and all that, like, you know that they would probably enjoy this gift. So there's the continuous coffee sleeves. Super easy pattern, fun scrap buster, and look, maybe even a kid's toy make a soft little tower. My kids liked it. So there you go. Thanks for watching and happy sewing.